I think it's about time I do another video. What do you think? Please excuse the sun over here. If you haven't noticed, it's not being very cooperative. So we're just gonna have to deal and enjoy the radiance. The radiance. Today I'm here to show you my favorite books of 2016. Just a quick recap. LA was wonderful. I'm back. It's been a while, so let's just jump right in. I'm going to do something a little bit different than some of the videos I'm sure you've watched that are showing the favorite books of 2016, because I just want to get going. I want to go. I want to start filming more videos, and I'm way past due with this video. So what I'm going to do is go through all of my 5-star books, which I realize there happens to be quite a bit. So I'm not going to make these videos very long. What I want to do is just quickly show you the cover and maybe talk about them, maybe not. And then if you seem so interested, you can go ahead and look them up yourself. Okay, so anyway, we'll just start with Radiance because I made that stupid pun earlier. This is by Catherine M. Valenti. This book is fabulous. Space opera, it was described as. There's so much to this thing. It's based off of different myths, and it's just kind of crazy. It's about a missing famous film director. Oh, I am like really in the sun. Look at that. Whew, this is terrible. It's quite long. It took a bit to get through, but I just found the characters in this thing were so well thought out. The plot was great. It was a little complicated at times, but I think once you get a hang of it, it's like smooth sailing. It's really, really good. So I highly recommend this book. I have this huge pile of books on my bed, and I'm just going to pull them one by one. This is obviously not in any particular order. I read this quite early in the year. This is Ruby by Cynthia Bond. I have a video about this. I will link it down below. This book is amazing. Read it. Everyone should read this. I think it was shortlisted for the Bailey's Prize, right? Or something. I don't know. It was amazing. It's early in the morning. Ruby, Cynthia Bond. Get it? Then I read H is for Hawk by Helen MacDonald. Oh, this book, I love this thing. Oh my gosh. It's about this author, and she lost her father, and she decides to raise a goshawk, and it's basically just about that. It's phenomenal. Honestly, it does not sound, from the surface, it does not sound very interesting, but this girl can write. It's very moving and poignant, and I didn't think I would like books like this, but I want to read more. So if you know anything that's similar to this book, please, go ahead and drop them down in the comments, because holy moly, this thing is really good. So read it if that sounds at all good. Actually, just read it. Doesn't matter if it sounds good or not. Read it. This year I was introduced to Coffee House Press. So I have 2 books from Coffee House Press. One is called The Blue Girl by Laurie Foos, and the other one is Problems by Jade Sharma. These are great. They have nothing to do with each other. They're just the same publisher. This one is about a mysterious blue girl that the women of the town bake their secrets into pies and feed them to this woman. It's stunning. The prose is excellent. It's very odd and weird and good. So read that. And then Problems by Jade Sharma, which was about the undoing of the main character, who has a problem with addiction, and it's really, really, really good. All right, so I've got 3 by Jeanette Winterson, and there's more. I don't know. Oh, I have Orange is Not the Only Fruit, which I didn't grab, but that was phenomenal. That was her first book. And then I've got The Passion and Sexing the Cherry, and I believe I've spoken about these books, and I will link those videos down below. And then her autobiography, right? Why Be Happy When You Can Be Normal. These are all 5-star ratings for me, and I cannot wait to keep reading Jeanette Winterson in 2017. Then if you've not heard about this book, you are living under a rock, because this book is everywhere right now. It is Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad. This was good, you guys. Read it. It's about what it would have been like if the Underground Railroad was an actual physical railroad, and about one particular slave and her journey on this railroad and different areas of the country and how they dealt with slavery It's all fictionalized, obviously. It's, you know, it's all made up, but it's stunning. Read it. So good. All right, something a little more lighthearted. This is The Invoice by Jonas Carlson. This basically is about what if everything that you had to, that was in your life had a price. So filming a video cost this much money. Smiling cost this much money. Reading a book costs money. You know, every little thing. And basically the main character gets a bill that's the most money that anyone has ever had. And he's trying to fight for it, or no, try not to pay it, and sort of trying to figure out what is going on. And it's really endearing and sort of makes you want to love life. It's very, very, very good. So if you want a quick, happy, joyous read that just will make you very happy and love your life, read The Invoice. It's so good. All right, something completely different. This is Crimson Petal and the White that I read this year by Michelle Faber. Yeah, I can't believe I read this thing. After I read this thing, I believe that I could read anything. So it's something like over 800 pages. And I'm currently reading a novel that is not quite this long, but it's pretty long. I'll talk about that later. This is good. I will link some videos down below. Probably just Jen Campbell's video. She talks about this book because I can't do this justice. Basically, it's about Sugar, who is a prostitute in Victorian London. And it's just absolutely gorgeous and amazing and phenomenal. So if you are up for a chunker of historical fiction, this thing is really good. Oh, the sun! I can't deal. Sorry, guys. Was this my first James Baldwin? I think this was my first James Baldwin. This is Another Country by James Baldwin. I hope to read more of him this year. Let me just read the back for you real fast. It says, set in Greenwich Village, Harlem, and France, among other locales and other countries, a novel of passions, sexual, racial, political, artistic, that is stunning for its emotional intensity and haunting sensuality, depicting men and women, blacks and whites, stripped of their masks of gender and race by love and hatred at their most elemental and sublime. Read this book, 5 stars, amazing. This is Sons and Daughters of Ease and Plenty by Ramona Acebo. This is basically about a very wealthy family, and the husband and wife find out that all of their money has gone. And what ensues is the husband and wife split up and do their own thing, and they have their own separate adventures, and the kids stay at home. And it's just zany, and it's written so beautifully. It's sort of, I don't know how else to describe this. It's really good. And here's my unbiased opinion, but this is The Only Worse Thing Than Me Is You by my friend Lily Anderson. She has another book coming out this year, or 2 books, I don't remember, but very exciting. She's doing really well for herself. This book is a fabulous YA novel about kids that go to a nerdy private school for, you know, very, very smart kids. It's based off of Much Ado About Nothing. It's got so much personality and character, and it reminded me of being a kid again, even though I didn't go to a fancy smart kids school. It was great. If you are interested at all in like nerdy culture, Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, all that, you know, stuff, you would get a kick out of this because there's a lot of references to things. If you want a really intelligent, well-written YA novel, this is where to go. Get this book, you guys. Seriously, it's really good. I'm looking on YouTube. Oh, side note. Let's sit back and relax for a second. What is all this talk about? Not showing your true self on video and pretending everything's happy and putting on a happy face. I just have a question. This is really ridiculous and random, but I'm curious. Let me know down in the comments. Would you rather watch a video that, you know, someone's just like not happy and serious and or sad or not? I mean, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't. If you know what I'm talking about, please, let's have a conversation. It seems people are upset about people being too happy on YouTube videos. I don't understand. I mean, I could do the rest of this video like this and like a monotone and not smile. I don't get it. Let's discuss. This is The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. Guys, this is good. It's about a prolific author who hides her life, sort of, and she kind of makes up her biography to different reporters. And then this one young biographer is asked to write her real biography. And there's lots of mystery, and it's haunting, and it's just, the prose is absolutely stunning and beautiful. And if this is on your TBR shelves right now, read it. It's actually a really good, like, cozy autumn. I read it in the fall. Really good cozy autumn book to to cuddle up under a blanket with. Stunning. Good work. Good work, because my opinion means so much to people, because I'm a professional now, apparently. This is Some 40 Tales of the Afterlives by David Eagleman. These are tiny short snippets in what the author's imaginative descriptions of, did not make sense, of different afterlives. 40 afterlives to be exact. It's awesome. It's so good. It's so witty and funny, and I've marked a bunch of stories. It's good. Okay, I'm sure you've all seen this before on the booktubes. This is Here Comes the Sun by Nicole Dennis Benn. This is set in Jamaica, about a hotel and the people that run it, and a couple, 3 women in particular that are strong and amazing characters. This is her debut novel, I believe. It's good. It's really, 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 really good. This is my first booktube video. I talked about this, Between You and Me, Confessions of a Comma Queen by Mary Norris, who was one of the copy editors at the New Yorker, and she talks about grammar, and she talks about English, and she talks about her job, and she talks about how she got to where she was, and it's funny, and it's hilarious, and it's nerdy, and it's great. Here's another memoir. This is Yeonmi Park's In Order to Live. This is an amazing book about her growing up in North Korea and escaping, getting to escape the sun. This is like the opposite of Adam at Memento Mori. He always films when it's like the sun's going down and there's no light, but here's the opposite. Anyway, it's so good. It's phenomenal. I'm so interested in North Korean life and that whole crazy, awful experience of living there. And she is just a great writer, and it's phenomenal. It's really good. Okay, Rob said, here's The Color Purple by Alice Walker. If you don't know what this book is about, you're stupid. Read it. It's my first Raymond Carver collection called What We Talk About When We Talk About Love. It's really good. This guy can write short stories. I love his writing. It's haunting. They give you really small snippets of real life. Alcoholism plays a huge role in this, and how alcohol affects people, and not all the characters in this book are good people, but it's just really interesting and well written, and I really, really enjoyed this. Probably maybe one of my favorite reads this whole year was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, who I just found out the other day is from California. I thought she was British, but no, she's from America. This is great. I've talked about this before. The ragtag group of people on this ship, and they're different species, and how they all come together, and their characters are phenomenal, and the writing is so good. It's great. Okay, I finished this in December. This is The Glorious Heresies by Lisa McInerney. This won the Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction in 2016. It takes place in Ireland. It's lots of gangsters, and it's very violent, and Jen Campbell does a really good job explaining this book, so I will link her video down below where she talks about this book. It's good. It was really, really, really well written. I can see why it won. I mean, it kept my attention for a long time. It was just really good. I was introduced to Allie Smith this year, who I just adore as a writer, and this was my favorite book, I think, that she wrote, that I read of hers this year, which was brand new, called Autumn. I don't even know how to explain this book, but it's this huge comment about today, and about Brexit. It plays a huge role in this. Sort of about how our world is being sort of boarded up and exclusive to different people, and there's some pop art plays a huge role in this book. It's so hard to explain. Read it, guys. It's coming to America this year. I got this obviously on Book Depository, because this is not out in the U.S. yet, but I think it's coming out soon. It's good. It's beautiful. She can write. There's a section in here that I swear really connects with what we're dealing with in America right now in our election, and it made me very upset, but it is very relevant to today's time. We're all in this together, you guys. We can do it, okay? Just let's stick together, okay? We'll be fine. At least I keep telling myself that. The last books are some of my favorite illustrated and graphic novels. I read both Persepolis books about a girl growing up in Iran and how she comes to America and deals with her life. And it's just beautiful and amazing and hilarious and really, really good. I really highly recommend these. And then I read all 6 sagas this last year. These are so good. If you don't know what saga is, I suggest that you just pick it up and read it. Just get the first volume, maybe at your library, and see if you're into it. There's a lot of nudity and sex and violence and these things, but the story is just so good. All the way. I loved each and every one of them. All 6 of them I absolutely loved. I can't wait for the 7th one to come out. Okay, and last but not least are my 2 books by the incredible Sean Tan. This was The Arrival, which is, what do they call it? Silent books? And there's absolutely no words. It's just a bunch of pictures. It's about a man who is immigrating, who leaves his family to a new, it looks, this it's depicted as like a whole new world, to make it, a better situation for his family, and how he adjusts to a new world and the people he meets, and it's stunning. I mean, the art is great, and you don't need the dialogue. I mean, the storytelling just through these pictures is unreal. It's so good. It's such a good comment on immigration and people coming from different places and coming together, and it's great. And then I found this when I was in LA. I can't believe I found this. I'd never heard of this. This is called Tales from Outer Suburbia. This might also be... This was the last book I read in 2016, and probably my favorite. Oh, I don't know. These are all my favorite. Basically, it's this surrealist version of suburbia and different stories that come... I don't even know how to explain this thing. Let me just... You thought you knew suburbia, it says. Then you meet an exchange student from another world, discover a secret room that lets you escape to a place of perfect beauty, find a neighborhood where brightly painted missiles decorate every yard. Oh, that one was good. And wait for a blind reindeer who demands a very special offering. These stories are comments on so much, on being human, on war, on love, on friendship, on family, on immigration. There's more about that in here. And the pictures are unreal. I mean, I turned the page and just like smiled from ear to ear. I mean, there's writing. I mean, there's text in this thing, but if you can find this anywhere, I would buy it right away. I mean, honestly, this thing was incredible. I'm trying to find another beautiful picture to show you. It doesn't really give anything away. This thing is so good. It was so good. And it's not by all means just for kids. I mean, adults read. I mean, it's for everyone. I can't say anything more about this. It is so good. This was like 20 stars for me. It was so good. And that's it for today. I did it. Phew. Now on to bigger and better things. I've got a couple videos planned for you. I want to do a video on my 2017 reading goals and some things that I want to get accomplished this year. I've got some tags I want to film, and I know I say this after every video, but one of my resolutions is to film more, and I'm going to do that. I swear. I want to do a giveaway. I am past 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, watching me talk about books and being ridiculous. I'm going to sing more. I have so many books to read. I'm going to try not to buy any more books. I'm going to try my hardest, or at least not spend my own money on buying books. Anyway, we've got lots of things to show you, lots of exciting things coming up, so stay tuned. Please subscribe if you would like to see more, and thank you for all your subscribers and for staying with me, even though it's been a month since I filmed anything. And I'm going to stop rambling and hopefully film a video very, very, very soon. So we will see you soon, I swear. Please be kind, listen to each other, and read some good books. Bye, everyone.